Many a crypto leader, thought leader, CEO is going to the White House today to talk about what regulations could look like in the future, but also to opine on the latest executive order. What did you make of it?
So I think it's important to consider the political zeitgeist of the moment. Crypto has come a really long way.
Yeah.
And over the last 15 years, there's been growing demand both for crypto as a digital asset and also as a technology. So it's no longer a question of, is crypto something legitimate or is it something real? Crypto is definitively here to stay. And with today's White House summit, it shows that we have a voice and a seat at the table. So we're expecting big things to come from the summit.
Was the Bitcoin reserve and the stockpile of other alternative assets in the digital space a big enough deal for you today?
So there was a lot of commentary around the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and I think what the White House has been able to do is to come up with an equitable solution. So the way I see it personally, we already have this Bitcoin, but there were no policies in place to steward it, and there was no accountability within government. David Sachs earlier mentioned that there was a loss of $17 billion by not having policies on when to sell Bitcoin. So if we already have this Bitcoin from criminal and civil asset forfeitures, I think it's important that we have a framework in place to manage this Bitcoin for the American people.
Liz, what do you want to see coming out of this crypto summit that will give the market some of that clarity that we're looking for?
I think what the United States lacks today is a clear framework around digital assets. So in this sense, we lag a lot of different regions, mainly the European Union. So what I'm hoping for personally is I hope to see us take steps to lay groundwork to have regulatory clarity in the United States. And the reason why this is important is because it really sets the stage for American crypto companies to flourish. And this brings jobs, it attracts entrepreneurship, it attracts investment, and it ensures America's dominance on the global stage in technology.
One of the things that David Sachs really emphasizes is that taxpayer dollars will not be used to bolster this reserve and stockpile. How can the crypto community really gain if the government is not buying crypto?
So I think that even taking steps to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve has already been a huge step for the industry. As for the specific details around its implementation, I think we'll have to see what comes of the working group and what comes from the crypto summit. But I am very optimistic on what this means for the crypto industry.
So what next? We got the reserve. That was a promise made and promise kept, as David Sachs would say, and indeed just a stockpile. But now more clarity is needed, ultimately still about what is a digital asset, the way in which it's viewed as regulators, and indeed stablecoin future. What do you want to hear out of today for future regulation?
So I think something that's interesting to consider with crypto is that a lot of the mainstream discussion centers around crypto as a digital asset with a financial use case. But it's important to remember that crypto is also an underlying technology upon which applications can be built, which span a variety of different sectors, ranging from identity solutions to life sciences to media, entertainment, and everything in between. So what I hope is for this to really lay the groundwork for crypto to flourish in the United States.
Do you think that founders are changing their mind about building in the United States right now?
Oh, absolutely. I personally know of entrepreneurs that have left the United States due to regulatory uncertainty. And I know that those of us who have chosen to stay in the United States are feeling quite validated in that decision.